Clark County Today is presented by Connell Real Estate. Hire an agent, get a team. Learn more by visiting connellrealestate.com.
Good evening, Jacob Granneman here with your Tuesday night edition of the Clark County Today update and the stories we're following for you. Let's dive in. Clark County Public Health today announced 277 new COVID-19 cases, the highest single-day total since the start of the pandemic. 2 more deaths were reported, both women in their 80s with underlying health conditions, bringing the death toll to 82. The rate of new cases rose from 171 to more than 254 per 100,000 people over 2 weeks. There are 469 people in the county with a case that is currently considered active. Hospitalizations for COVID-19 also rose to 54 confirmed and 10 suspected cases, making up over 10% of total bed space, the highest amount since the start of the pandemic. With so many new cases each day, Clark County Health has also said they're changing the way contact tracing is done. While new cases will be contacted, the county won't be reaching out to close contacts, instead asking anyone who tests positive to do that. The county will be tracking any potential exposures at schools, long-term care facilities, food processors, and the jail, and working to notify anyone exposed to those at those locations. The goal, says Public Health Officer Dr. Alan Melnick, is to allow the county to focus more on places where the large numbers of people may have been exposed, while still making sure they can contact new cases in a timely manner. To read more, check out our story at clarkcountytoday.com. Vancouver City Council on Monday approved a new budget for the next 2 years. The $1.3 billion budget includes $1 billion for operating expenses and $300 million for capital projects. The budget closes a $4 million revenue gap due to COVID-19, which is much less than previously anticipated. The city also was able to allocate nearly $5 million in transportation benefit dollars freed up by the state Supreme Court decision overturning the $30 car tab initiative 976. Other new revenue will come from a 0.6% property tax levy increases in most utility rates, and a 25% park impact fee increase in each of the next 2 years. To address revenue reductions, 20 full-time positions are being left vacant for now. The councilors chose to leave funding for Vancouver Police unchanged, but promised to further examine how the department is funded and whether money could be reallocated to other services in future budgets. On Monday, the Camas City Council continued deliberations. The main topic remained on the 2021-2022 budget and their ongoing challenges with Washougal overfunding the fire department. A few years ago, 5 new fire and EMS positions were hired, but Washougal was unable to fully fund their portion. Camas offset the deficit for a year, but now Washougal still isn't able to meet their obligation. Complicating the issue is a desire to hire an additional 4 new fire and EMS positions. The City Council is very reluctant to do anything until the current problems with Washougal are resolved. On the budget, the Council approved raising 2 tax levies by the maximum 1% allowed by law. They are the property tax levy and the fire and EMS levy, respectively. A public comment period remains open through the December 7th meeting. Council approved their legislative agenda for next year. It includes asking the legislature for $45 million to replace the Camas Slough Bridge. That is an 80% increase over the $25 million approved in 2016 gas tax package. They also seek state funds to address improvements on SR 500 north by Lake Road. Lastly, the city is seeking funds to address the ongoing Lacamas Lake water quality issues that have been labeled toxic by health authorities several times this year. Visit clarkcountytoday.com to read the full story. A Montana girl was located safe by Vancouver police after an Amber Alert was issued following her disappearance. On November 16th, the Anaconda Deer Police Department from Montana issued an Amber Alert for 11-year-old Adriana Correa. At just before midnight Monday, Adriana was located safely by VPD in the downtown Vancouver area and is no longer in danger at this time. The alert for her has been canceled and the vehicle involved no longer needs to be located. Montana law enforcement said Adriana was dropped off in an alley by her school around 8:30 Monday morning, but never arrived to class. According to Fox 12 Oregon, surveillance video obtained by Fox 12 shows her getting into a red 1995 Toyota Camry with a male driver with dark hair. According to law enforcement in Montana, Adriana and her siblings were removed from their parents' custody. To learn more, visit the story at clarkcountytoday.com. The Woodland Police Department had a busy Monday morning. First, an unidentified woman was killed when she was hit by a train on the tracks just south of Dyke Access Road near Woodland. Officials from the Woodland Police Department, Cowlitz County Sheriff's Office, BNSF Police Department, and Clark Cowlitz Fire and Rescue all responded at just after 9 a.m. to the report of the collision between the train and the pedestrian. The victim was pronounced dead at the scene, and the Cowlitz County Coroner's Office took possession of the victim and is attempting to identify her. A couple hours later, Woodland police officers responded to the 1900 block of the Belmont Loop to a report of an unwanted man in a motorhome. The subject, upon being contacted and his information obtained, was a wanted felon relating to a weapons charge. The subject refused to cooperate and took off in the motorhome. Multiple agencies from Cowlitz County Sheriff's Office, Kalama Police Department, Ridgefield Police Department, La Center Police Department, Washington State Patrol, Vancouver Police Department, Clark County Sheriff's Office, and Cowlitz Tribal Police assisted during the chase. The subject ended up going off the roadway at the I-5-I-205 split traveling southbound. The subject was taken into custody without incident and transported to Legacy Salmon Creek after ingesting an unknown amount of narcotics. The investigation is continuing at this time. The election is now over, and now lawmakers are looking ahead to the next session of the Washington State Legislature, which is scheduled to begin Monday, January 11th. Representative Paul Harris will continue to serve in his leadership position in the Washington State House Republican Caucus in 2021. In a virtual vote, Harris was re-elected by his colleagues Monday to continue as caucus chair. As chair, Harris will preside over daily caucus meetings when bills, amendments, and voting are discussed. As a member of the leadership team, Harris will also continue to promote priorities supported by the caucus. This will be Harris's second term as the caucus chair. He previously served as House Republican Whip. Harris, who has served the 17th district since 2010, easily won re-election in the November 3rd vote with more than 70%. He was initially opposed by Republican Brian White, who pulled out of the race months prior to the election. Well, there's a look for you at the stories we've got at ClarkCountyToday.com. Be sure to check in with us on social media through Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube to see when stories are posted and join the conversation. You can send us any story ideas or feedback you might have to news@ClarkCountyToday.com. From all of us, thank you so much for watching. Have a terrific evening, and we'll see you again tomorrow.